Okay, folks, here's a quick review of the Clone Commander Neyo figure that was produced by Hasbro as a part of the Star Wars The Black Series line of 3 3/4 inch scale action figures. Okay, the articulation joints on this figure. They were a bit of a mixed bag. The shoulder articulation is restricted due to the shoulder pads, but I had no problem in moving the elbows, wrists, hips, and ankles. The head can turn 360 degrees, but it has very little up and down motion. And both of the knee joints were very stiff, and it took a little time to get them to move properly. There are no ankle rockers on this figure. However, the helmet is removable. And there's also mid-torso articulation, but it is restricted due to the non-removable harness that you see him wearing. The helmet feels like it's a bit on the snug side, and it's also worth noting that the head sculpt of the clone appears to have gotten a slight update. So let me take a break here, and I'm going to take the helmet off of this figure, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. Okay, and here is Clone Commander Neyo without his helmet on. And as you can see, just like I said a moment ago, the head sculpt does appear to have a slight update on it. And to be honest, I like the change. I think it looks a lot better than the clone troopers that we've seen in the past. Okay, the paint apps on the figure, they were done pretty well for the most part. I did find one black splotch near the left side of his backpack, but I will say that I like how the commander's armor has a weathered look to it with all the dust and dirt effects. So let me pause here, zoom in, and I'm going to give you a closer look as to what Commander Neyo looks like. Okay. Alright, Commander Neyo came with only one accessory, so let me take a break here, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. And the figure stand that you see him standing on was not included in the package. Okay, so as you can see, Clone Commander Neyo, he came with a DC-17 blaster pistol. Both hands have trigger fingers exposed on them, so I'm guessing that Commander Neyo is supposed to be ambidextrous. Okay, what I'm going to do now is a quick 360 of Clone Commander Neyo for you, and let you see what he looks like from all sides. So here he is from the front. Here is Commander Neyo from the left-hand side. Okay, here is Commander Neyo from the rear. Here is Commander Neyo from the right-hand side. And finally, here he is once again facing forward. And as an added treat for everybody, I thought I'd go on ahead and give you a close-up of the updated Clone Commander's head. And as I said before, it really has been nicely updated, and there's even what looks to be a tattoo or a scar on his left cheek. Okay, so overall, I'd have to say that I like this figure. Aside from the small paint app error on the left side of his backpack, the paint apps were nicely done, and I like the weathered look of his armor. The only problem that I did run into was with the shoulder articulation being somewhat restricted due to the shoulder pads. However, I will give Clone Commander Neyo a great recommendation. In spite of the problems that I ran into, I still think that this is a nice addition for a Star Wars clone army, so if you see him in your local retail store, pick him up. Okay, so on that note, take care and stay tuned for my next review. Have a good one.